Hi, my name is Jay Hait. I'm a family law attorney in Israel with offices located throughout Israel. So a lot of times I get calls from people who are grandparents and they say to me, hey, Mr. Hait, our kids are getting divorced and we want to know, are we going to have any rights? I mean, do we get child custody rights over the kids? So first of all, in Israel, the rights of grandparents in child custody cases are addressed under the Grandparents Visitation Rights Law of 2002. And here are some of the key points that you should be considering. First of all, visitation rights. That grandparents have the right to request visitation with their grandchildren, even if the parents are divorced. And it's because the law recognizes the importance of maintaining the relationships between the grandparents and the grandchildren. Although most of the time, it's assumed that the grandparents' visitation time is going to be with the time that their child gets with their grandparents' grandchildren. A court intervention, if the grandparents and the parents aren't able to reach an agreement regarding visitation, then the grandparents are able to apply to the family court for visitation rights, and the court will consider the best interest of the child when making the decision. But in this case, what is the best interest of the child? So the court's going to prioritize the best interest of the child and look at factors like the child's age, the child's emotional well-being, the relationship with the grandparents, right? If you never had a relationship with the children and all of a sudden your daughter or son is getting divorced, you're saying, hey, now I want grandparental relationship, that's going to be harder. But in any case, the court will look at the relationship with the grandparents and at any potential harm or disruption to the child's routine, right? If the grandparents have been taking care of them every day after school, well, then the court's more likely to say, hey, we're going to continue that. I'd like to look a little bit more on the relationship with the grandchild. The court's going to take into account the existing relationship between the grandparent and the grandchild. And in as much as the court can see that there's a significant bond and an ongoing relationship, which is to the benefit of the child, then the court's going to be more likely to grant visitation rights. Understand, granting visitation rights to grandparents isn't something that's done in regular cases, right? It means that, there's something going on that's out of the ordinary if the grandparents are going to have to sue. Some of the out of ordinary things are, if your child has died and it's their spouse who's raising the kids, that's one. Or if your child doesn't have a relationship with you and tries to cut you off from your grandchildren, but prior to this, you had a relationship with them, that's another thing, right? So let's look at the parental objections. Okay, the court's going to consider the objections of both of the child's parents. If the parents are able to demonstrate that the visitation with the grandparents isn't in the best interest of the child, or even worse, could cause harm, then the court can limit or even deny the grandparents' visitation rights. But again, it's very important to note that the specific circumstances of each case are going to highly influence the court's decision. So if you're a grandparent seeking visitation rights, call us. We'd love to help you, and we'd love at the very least to discuss your particular situation and help guide you through the legal process. Thank you and have a great day.